Hello everyone and welcome to Market Wraps with Raja. And if you recall, last week we had discussed that the Nifty was in a good spot and could take it higher. And the Nifty did make an attempt at the start of the week, but then subsequently it was taken down by the negative news flow, which was triggered mainly by the USD INR. And you can see here the pivot levels which I had shared with you last week proved quite handy. As you can see here, that the Nifty dripped down quite swiftly, and it broke the main pivot levels around 11,600, and the levels which I had identified as S2 and S3 on the weekly charts on a weekly basis, they met around 11,425, which was the support levels, and the markets dipped down quite well into that range and have rebounded strongly. So this was a clear identification of support levels which I had shared with you last week. I'll be sharing with you the current week's levels as well. But before that, let's see what else did we see on the charts. The Nifty was in this poised in this manner, and you can see here that I've used my favorite tool, Pitchfork, which is quite effective in telling us where could we head next. And we saw that the prices traded into the median line but was unable to go beyond it, and a bearish engulfing which emerged at these levels clearly brought the prices lower. And now, how low did it go to? It went to the middle of the wide pitchfork, our lower pitchfork, which you can see here. And as you can see here, it took a good bounce at these levels, and after forming a lower shadow and strong rebound from here, the markets are now definitely looking to inch higher. But what actually spoiled the party for the Nifty was the Bank Nifty. If you guys recall, I had shown you this chart on the Bank Nifty, and the Bank Nifty clearly stated that it was struggling to hold above the median line, and it had also reached the 1.618 of the recent move. So the combined effect of all this resulted in a sharp decline, and the decline that ensued resulted in a widespread catastrophic fall in across the market. So markets saw a range of around 350 points in 1 week, which is quite damaging for many of the traders out there. So last week was a high volatile week. So how are we going to approach this week then? So for getting a cue on this week, I have made the similar pivot levels again for the coming week, and we can see here that despite the sharp fall that we saw on the Nifty, the markets dipped down lower, took support at the weekly S3, and have now regained sharply to close above the monthly and the weekly pivot. The monthly pivot will continue to remain at 11,600, but the weekly pivot has also been surpassed. So the momentum towards next week definitely is on the positive side. But entering into the next week, I would, with a curtailed week which is in play for the coming week, one should actually be looking at a buy and a sell approach so that you are able to take care of your positions. So looking at this entire setup, we feel that the Nifty has still more room to revive, and looking at the Bank Nifty too, forming some lower shadows, we expect that there should be some bounce, but however there will be some more stock specific action rather than a trended index action. So one needs to watch out for, because there will be some quick profit booking which is emerging at higher levels. So on the upside, we have a target of around 11,825, and on the lower side, the supports are around 11,410. So these are the levels to watch out for on the Nifty. Bank Nifty is still continuing to remain soft, and if you were to check out the Bank Nifty, you can see here that the Bank Nifty has actually come down into this gap support. So right now the crucial levels for Bank Nifty are around 27,300. So if these levels were to hold for on an end of day closing basis, then I would reckon that the Bank Nifty will once again trigger a positive momentum for the market as an entire whole. So now that is a cue about the indices. And what actually is helping the index is the INR. If you look at the INR, it is causing a lot of issues to the index, and you can see here that right now the USD INR is trading into 1.618 of this entire leg, and the index though is trying to discount the strong weakening of the rupee. Markets are still susceptible about the continuance of this strong rise. So now if it reaches at 1.618 and with the RBI intervention which is supposed to be emerging around these levels, we could expect a brief pullback in the INR, and if that were to emerge, then our markets could benefit from this effort by the RBI. So now with rupee heading towards its resistance and the markets have dipped into supports, we could actually be looking at some recovery in the beaten down stocks of last week. However, a buy on rally, a sell on rally, sorry, or a buy on pullback approach is advocated, and one should actually be looking to participate in such kind of action. That's why this week I've chosen two different kind of stocks from two different approaches. One stock I have taken down is the chart of Godrej CP. You can see here the chart of Godrej CP. I have used the Ichimoku concept, and I have found out that the strong after a strong rise which we witnessed in the month of August, the strong decline that ensued has now resulted in the dips into the cloud support. So you can see here around the 12,300 mark is a good support region which has been witnessed, and you can see here that's a good value area around 12,000. So one can actually look to buy Godrej CP because you can see here that there is a strong recovery on Friday as well, and with a stop below 12,090, one can actually be looking to buy at current levels and on dips towards 1325 with a stop loss below 1290 for an upside of 1450 in the next coming few days. So a strong recovery is seen in Godrej CP, and also a positive reversal is also seen on the cards. So all this in combining with the strong momentum which is seen on the charts, on the daily charts, one could actually be a buyer in Godrej CP as we have witnessed a strong pullback into the support region. Well, that being said, the other strong rise which we had been witnessing in the Jubilant Food, the strong upward ascending channel has now given a breakdown, and you can see here that the negative trend has commenced, and over the last 3 days the stock has been unable to hold on, and the breakdown actually gives you a potential target of close to 100 rupees from here, so which brings it down to around 1350 to 1325. So that is the potential target which I am projecting for Jubilant Food. And you can also see that the negative DI lines has definitely taken over, and you can see that the strong negative trends which have emerged in Jubilant Food indicates that there could be some decline which is in store for the stock. So one should actually be looking at the stock of Jubilant Food for a potential decline in the coming week. So Jubilant Food for short and Godrej CP for long are my two recommendations for this markets wrap. I'm sure you have got some insight on how the markets are approaching and what are the key levels to watch out for. So I'm sure that you'll be able to take advantage of the same. So till we meet again, thank you so much for watching, and do subscribe to our channel, and also hit the subscribe button and also hit the alert button so that you stay updated on all the videos we are going to post. We are also going to come out with other more interesting videos on various kinds of technical analysis indicators, market concepts, etc., etc. So stay tuned to our social media channel because we are just getting warmed up. Thank you so much.